I'm ex-Microsoft, so it's okay, we can talk and be friends, it's fine. As of April. My background is as a marketeer, 20 years as a marketeer. I used to be the marketing director for Andrex, toilet tissue, Huggies, Kotex, done all of the orifices over the years. And then about 9 years ago, I moved to a company called Microsoft, and I joined them, and I used to head up the consumer marketing group for Microsoft, technical audience groups, partner groups, and the last 2 years, probably the most interesting, where I was the head of digital marketing strategy for Microsoft, which meant I had to get Microsoft's own marketeers to drag themselves out of the 20th century and realise what was happening to society, understand what digital, a lot of the stuff that we ourselves and within our own company had created, what it has done to society and what that means for the way we should do marketing. Because I think today, marketing feels a bit like this. It's kind of a tug of war, isn't it? It's, I'm the business, come on over here. And then you've got the poor consumer saying, whoa, I got 27 different things I can look at. I'm not interested. It's not a tug of war, folks. I like to think of it, it's more like playing seesaw. The Americans call this a teeter-totter. Who knew? So it's like playing seesaw. And if you ever played seesaw, if you haven't played seesaw in the last few years, go play seesaw. It's great fun. You just find, you need somebody else, doesn't have to be a child, anybody. And it works because you give, you get, you give, you get, right? You have to both play the game. And that's actually what business is about. Everybody knows it's a value exchange. Everybody knows it's a transaction. Yeah, I'm going to give you some money and you're going to give me something that I want in return. Or I'm going to spend some time with you and you're going to get some information from me. It's an exchange, and that's how it should feel. But as we go to the future, and I don't know if this is 2013 or 2015, you decide for your business, but this is where you need to get to. You need to be delivering uniquely tailored content to individual consumers. Everybody expects to be treated as an individual. Everybody expects to have a conversation. And it's in simplest terms, we've gone from shouting to conversing. We're no longer shouting at people, folks. We need to be having a conversation, and that has to happen on an individual basis. So that's the journey. And if you don't, then this is all you got. Advertising. That's my definition. Advertising in the future becomes a cost center. It becomes the cost of being outside of that conversation. Because if you don't get this social stuff right, that's all you've got left. You better go and buy lots of adverts and hope that somebody listens to you shouting. It is not sustainable. It's not scalable. You have to change. It's the same thing that happens when you look at the FedEx logo, because we all know FedEx is about getting stuff from here to there, and you spot the arrow between the E and the X. The first time you see that, you realise, you go, oh, that's really clever. It's really clever. I never knew that was there. It's what happens actually with another arrow of mine. I like Amazon. You see a little smile, you see a little quirky smile, and you think, oh, that's kind of sweet, isn't it? You realise, actually, no, they get stuff from A to Z. Everything. They can sell everything from A to Z. Now, this is everywhere. You can do this in everything you do. It might be a tweet even, it might be a picture, it might be a video, whatever. But when you can activate hidden delights, when you can get people to feel warm for a moment in their lives, they will be much more open to doing what you want to do. It's why supermarkets love free sampling. It's always paid for by the manufacturers. But when you get given something for nothing, you feel better about everything. How do you feel when you see that? You ladies are melting, and the men as well. You need to get a grip and get in touch with your female side. It's a baby. We're human beings. We are wired, our old brains are wired to want to protect that thing. Which is why, of course, crimes against infants, against minors, are so abhorrent and so difficult for us to understand. We want to protect that baby. Now, don't think this means you need to go and put babies in your campaigns. But sometimes it has an extraordinary effect, and there are many, many other things. Actually, a test that was done on this one was fascinating. Researchers lost wallets. They lost wallets in a city in the States. Of those wallets that contained a baby photo, 88% were returned. Of those wallets that did not contain a picture of a baby, only 15% were returned. If you have a wallet, get a baby picture. And this is where it sort of comes together for me. We've got this world where we've got big data, more data than we can currently process, about everything about everyone we want to know, from the social web through to, we're collecting all this information digitally. We know your name, your age, your children, your preferences, where you go on holiday, your opinions, your dreams, your life ambitions. Everything is there for us. And that big data is coupled now with what I call little data. The little stuff, the stuff that happens inside our human brains that allows us to live as we are but make decisions that serve our purpose. And together, by combining the big data and the little data that's coming from neuroscience, that is a new era of marketing that we have yet to explore and yet to understand. And I want to leave you with these thoughts, is that when you talk, when you're older, when you're retired, when you're looking in your grandkids' eyes, what do you want to look back on your career and tell them that you did? Did you manipulate and coerce and trick people? Or did you use your skill and knowledge to fuse big and little data and help people make the right decisions to live their lives to the full? What do you want your grandchildren to proudly know you were? And that's what should be guiding you as you work through your careers today. So I ask you, make marketing noble. It doesn't need to be one of the most hated professions in the world. Without it, the humans are very ill-equipped to make decisions that our rapidly changing world throws at them. It is our job to make it a noble profession and to bring people on side so that they respect the work that we do. Thank you very much.